Welcome back. As this country reels with shock from reports of women being abused and murdered, women in corporates are also facing a different kind of discrimination. The lack of women in posts of influence in the workplace is evident.
Unemployment, domestic abuse, sexual harassment. These are some of the few challenges that women in general have to face on a daily basis. Sexual harassment is more prevalent in the workplace. Apart from this, women are subjected to career stagnation and pay discrimination. Matshepo Msibi, Executive Director at Business Women Association of South Africa, says women in South Africa have it tough on many fronts. However, it is the lack of female representation in positions of influence that is most alarming.
That only 2.4% of CEOs in this country of JSE listed companies are women. You know, only about 9% of those chairpersons' positions are women. Only about 21% of directorships in this country are women. So when you look at the fact that more than 50% of the population or the working population in this country is women, and then you look at the disparities, it's shocking.
The Black Management Forum points out that racial imbalances also plague the workplace. White, Indian and coloured women are still preferred for positions over black women.
The issues that we're still fighting within corporate South Africa is exactly that as a woman, you actually have to work twice as hard just to prove that you can lead. Because the default position of executives within corporate South Africa, as soon as you walk in as a female leader, you know, is that we wonder if she knows what she's talking about, or we wonder if she's competent. You're therefore not starting from a zero pace, but you're actually starting from a negative pace. So for you to actually work yourself out of that negative to a zero, it takes a whole lot amount of time. And when you're at a zero, you therefore have to work not as similar as what your counterparts do, but twice as hard as your counterparts to actually prove that you are leadership material.
Women make up 50% of the total global population and 40% of the global workforce, but they own only 1% of the world's total wealth. Deputy Chairperson at Business Leadership South Africa, Bonang Mohale, says the economic war can never be won with women left behind and marginalized.
We know that women are much more hardworking, cleverer, they are more humane, they have sixth sense, all the attributes that are required for leadership, we know are found in abundance in women. The question we need to ask ourselves, why are they not occupying the corridors of power in our workplaces? Because all the myths have been debunked. Women are just as ambitious, just as hardworking as men.
The latest Employment Equity Report has painted a disturbing picture of non-compliance when it comes to transformation in the workplace. The Department of Labour says this leaves it with no option but to consider drafting harsher penalties for non-compliance. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.